Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, dear colleagues, thank you indeed for this very, very important debate. As I said, we will not stop supporting Greece in addressing these challenges. We are committed to continuing working hand in hand with the Greek authorities and together with our agencies on the ground to mobilise all support needed. We know what the situation, and most of you were very vocal on that. But I was also very clear during my introductory remarks.
Excuse me, Commissioner. Colleagues, would you please be so kind and either take your seats or continue your discussions outside? We can hardly hear the Commissioner, especially the colleagues in the back and in the aisle. Hello, are you listening? Hello? Hello? Would you please discuss outside and please be quiet and take your seats? Thank you.
So, I repeat what I said before, that we need a common and sustainable solution. I would like also to thank you for your support in this regard. This, but also the previous Parliament, has worked very hard. I'm sure that with your continuous help, the new common European asylum system can become a reality soon. Dear colleagues, friends, today is one of the last occasions for me to speak to you directly and openly in the context of a plenary meeting before my term finishes. Let me therefore, first of all, thank you wholeheartedly for the personal and collective exchanges that we have had, as well as the excellent cooperation over the past 5 years. It has been an honour and a privilege working together with you in order to work for our citizens and respond to unprecedented challenges for our common house, Europe. To deliver a Europe that is more resilient, more secure, but also more humane. To uphold the values and principles upon the European Union is built. This has been a constant battle, and it will be a continuous challenge for the years to come, because, as I said before, migration came to stay for many, many years, and Europe has to be better prepared. And this is what we have been doing together during the last 5 years. How to address certain fears and concerns of our citizens without becoming isolated, intolerant, or exclusive. Earlier this week, we all commemorated 30 years since the fall of the Berlin Wall, a division that was larger than Europe, but then ran through its very heart. The fall of the Berlin Wall shows the power of our citizens and the power of our stamina, of not giving up, of believing, both individually, but more importantly, as a community. No single person could have demolished that wall, but a collective spirit did. This spirit should guide us in an unpredictable future. The European Union, our Charter of Fundamental Rights, which celebrates also 10 years, by the way, our Schengen area of free movement, all of this is about keeping that collective spirit alive, about protecting.
Excuse me again.
And strengthening.
This is really, I can hardly understand what the Commissioner is saying. I don't know about you. But if you would please, I mean, the people who are concerned are not even listening now. Would you please stop talking in this volume? Because we can't really hear the Commissioner speak. So it's, I think, a matter of respect to take a seat, please.
Thank you. Well, the past 5 years have shown that whatever comes our way, migration, climate change, terrorism, can only succeed if we work together in unity and trust. Dear colleagues, migration and security challenges are testing our vision, our resilience, our commitment to our European principles. And this House is a fundament in this endeavour. This is what I experienced during the last 5 years. I'm proud to have shared this supreme duty with all democratic political forces in this House. I came here 5 years ago as a pro-European Greek politician, and I'm going back as an even more convinced and a committed, active politician of Europe, but above everything, as a convinced European citizen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. I think especially your last words were worth listening. And now we turn to the Council. Madam Minister TUPPURAINEN, please.
Madam Chair, honourable members of the Parliament, let me thank you for this valuable and timely discussion. Winter is indeed coming. There's no doubt about the need to immediately address the many shortcomings we observe in the hotspots in an efficient way. As I have mentioned, I have no doubt that the new Greek government is intent on improving conditions and amending the loopholes of the system that resulted in people waiting for too far,
Silence,
for
please.
too long.
Please. I mean, this is ridiculous. Silence, please.
Dear MEPs, there are real people, also minors, waiting, living in inadequate facilities. We are discussing about that now. And yesterday, dear MEPs, we had in this very plenary a vivid discussion on the rights of children, and many of you referred to the rights of migrant children. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child is the most widely ratified human rights treaty in our history. All EU member states are party to it. Thus, dear MEPs, it is our common responsibility, ours as EU citizens, ours as EU institutions, but also ours as EU member states, to show solidarity to children in migration. High number of minors in the Greek hotspots remains a matter of deep concern. All minors, no matter how old, no matter their age, all minors, they need a vision of a better future, the most positive vision of the future the EU is able to provide. The winter is coming, as we Finns certainly know what it means. As Mr. Asmani, for instance, rightly pointed out, without delay, there is a need for a proper accommodation available to all refugees and migrants, and that should not be too difficult. This is a minimum and a starting point for a further help and concrete assistance. And I can only urge the Greek authorities and the Commission to speed up all the important work they do so that the people most affected can see an improvement in a difficult situation they are living. Dear MEPs, unfortunately, so far, there hasn't been sufficient will among the member states to proceed according to the Commission proposal. Yet there is a clear need for a Dublin reform and more comprehensive approach to manage migration. Finnish presidency is pleased that the future Commission is aiming high here. We support that. We are all looking forward to have new legislative proposals by the summer at latest. We need to take action now. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for this very timely discussion.
Madam Minister, ich schließe damit die Aussprache und wir kommen dann gleich in Kürze zu den Abstimmungen. Dankeschön.